guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shelly, and here we talk about Shelly's thoughts over 60. Yep. So my thought today was about looks changing over years. What do I mean by that, right? You're in a relationship with someone like me and my husband, almost 20 years, and we don't look like we did 20 years ago. I mean, we just don't look like we did 20 years ago, right? And the reason I bring that up is this. I had a gentleman tell me that his wife, who was 4'11" and like 90 pounds when they got married, right? Now, 4 kids later, and I think it's 25 years later, 28 years later, she's obviously not 90 pounds anymore. I think she's, she's probably about 50 pounds overweight like myself, right? And she's an attractive lady. And he said, that's not what I signed up for. She's really let herself go. And he felt some type of way about her looks now. And I thought, what an asshole. I'm not gonna lie, I thought, what a jerk, right? So apparently, long story short, she found out he's messing around and someone younger and this and that. And listen, he ain't all that, okay? He ain't no big prize, okay, guys? I mean, he's okay at a push. So I wondered about that. Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, and sometimes some people, in my opinion anyway, get better as they get older, right? I have met people who have a glow up, right? You look at them now and then like, dang, they're beautiful now, and then not so much when they was younger, right? And a lot of things happen as we age, right? We become more confident. We, become a little more comfortable in our skin, and we're dressing, and a lot of who we are exudes as we get older, right? Maybe as we get older, we realize we don't have to take a whole lot of crap. We've been through a lot in our lives, and we become a little more, I guess, confident. Let's leave it there, right? So, and to me, to judge a woman who, or a man, who, 20 years, 25 years, listen, not many of us are looking like we did then, and like I said, I do know some people in my life that look better now than they did 20 years ago. I ain't even gonna lie. And it's kind of unfair, right, to put that on a significant other, like, oh, well, you let yourself go. I didn't sign up for that. What? Like, and I'm not saying it's okay to, and I mentioned this in an earlier video, I think everybody should take some pride in how they look. You guys know, if you've been here before, I'm 63 years old. I'm not big on makeup. I have never worn makeup. Anybody tell you I'm not big on makeup and those big eyelashes and obviously the nails and all that business? I'm really not big on that, but I like to put on my, perfume and this and that and do my hair and take somewhat care of myself. I care how I present to people. I care more for me than the other people. It's how I feel, right? And I think it's a little unfair of men or women to put on your significant other. Maybe there's medical reasons they don't look like the way they did. As you women, as you ladies know, you have a few kids, your body's not like it was 25 years ago, pre-baby, right? So I felt some type of way. And don't think I didn't tell him what I thought. I think I even said, you're being an asshole. I mean, at risk of being, just out there, I think I said that. And that was kind of a jerky attitude. Not for anything else, just because, like, look, man, she gives you 4 kids in 25 years, and you're talking like, oh, I didn't sign up for that. She let herself go. Like, dude, you ain't all that. Like, you be doing her a favor if you leave, because forget the way you look. You're just a jerk, right? So anyway, what do you guys think about that? I think it's important to try to keep up with our looks as we get older. I do think it's important to care about the way we look. Did she let herself go? I don't know. I mean, yeah, she's overweight, whatever, but I don't know. I think she's a pretty lady. I mean, she cares about how she looks. She always looks nice to me, right? So I think he's being a little unfair to her, right? But what do you guys think? I mean, have you been in a situation where somebody judged you by your appearance 20 years later? Or you yourself? I mean, do you feel some type of way about your partner because of the way they look now as opposed to the way they look when you got together 5, 10, 20 years ago, whatever? I don't know, right? For me, it's what's inside, right? How do you treat me and how do you present with what you've got? You don't have to be Brad Pitt, but I would love for you to put on some cologne, shave, and, you know, a lot of times put those shoulders back, right? And exude some confidence or whatever. But anyway, so that was my thought. Like, I think it's unfair to judge people, you know, purely on their looks, you know, oh, they're letting themselves go. I think it's a little unfair, especially we don't know what people are going through. Could be medical issues, could be anxiety, depression, whatever. Just aging, right? Things start hitting the floor. Gravity kicks in, you know. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. That was my Shelly's noggin thought for the day. And yeah, let me know if you experienced that or how do you feel about that. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.